welcome back. This time I am going to make some pumpkin soup. As I stated previously in my black beans, which turned out divine. A lot of my recipes that I'm coming up with are just coming off of fellow YouTubers. This one, actually, I like a lot of WLS Afterlife. They're in Texas. I just know that from doing some research. But everything that they've posted, I've really liked. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a link for them below. I highly recommend them if you're looking for other recipes. I like to take their recipes and just kind of make them my own. Of course, this is all still very new to me, but I'm gonna make their pumpkin soup to go with my beans, because of course my family who is taste testing all this, they really like them too. First, let me get some Fairlife. I gotta have a drink here. Fairlife, these first few weeks have been my go-to. My favorite is the chocolate. I love the chocolate. So let's go with what I'm using first. I got this. I got it off Amazon. I'll put a link below. But I use this thing because I used to take an iron skillet outside and we'd sear steaks in it. It was really good. I've got some Libby's organic pumpkin puree. I have some garlic. I've got some paprika. I've got some cinnamon. I'm gonna add a little cinnamon. Some parsley to garnish with. I got some pepper. And I've already chopped up, you'll be able to see here, some carrots. And then I've chopped up some onions. And then in this handy dandy little chopper, I love my little chopper. My husband got it for me a few years ago off Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below. Hopefully they still have it. But anyway, you open it up. And I love it because this thing comes apart and you can clean them. So it's really, really nice. I love it. I actually found it on another YouTuber's. But I've got some bell peppers in here. Of course, I'm using my favorite, Better Than Bouillon. I've already kind of heated it up. Got it mixed up here. Takes five cups of chicken broth. So I've already got all that mixed up, got everything ready. So I'm gonna use my favorite pot. I'm a big Le Creuset person. I love my Le Creuset. But I'm gonna go ahead and put that on and go ahead and start heating this up here. And then I'm gonna add a little olive oil. So I'm gonna just add just a little bit. And then I'm going to add my bell peppers. I'm using orange bell peppers. I cannot remember. I'm just kind of going off memory here. I can't remember exactly what they recommended, but I'm going to use some orange ones here. My hands are clean. And then I'm going to cook this over medium-high heat. So I've got, as you can see here, this thing's amazing. But I've got, then I'm going to add my carrots. The rest of my carrots. And then I'm going to go ahead and give it a good stir before I add my onions. And for those of you that have Le Creuset pots, let me know below. My husband got this for me as a gift. I love them, but he also went and he got me Le Creuset. You're supposed to make sure and use like a spatula type thing. But for those that don't have them, if you get a chance, put that on your wish list. But the great thing about them is these come off. Like the wooden handles come off so you can keep them clean. That's a big thing Le Creuset pushes on their stuff. It just, to me, it makes sure and keeps stuff clean. Let me wipe it off here since I've used it. Since I touched it with my hand. All right. Now, we got that. It's kind of heating up a little bit here. Got it all incorporated. So now I'm gonna add in my onions. I diced all these up. I'm doing these two back to back, so when you watch my bean video, my black beans I made in the Instapot, while those were cooking for 1 hour and 10 minutes, I went ahead and got these all chopped up. Of course, my little chopper kind of helped me a lot as well. But okay, so now I've got them all mixed up here. And the instructions say to let it simmer for about 10 minutes. And then we're gonna come back and add some garlic and some paprika. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes, maybe about 15. I am using a hot plate, so even though I got it on high, it did take a little bit longer. Let me kind of get this off here, and I'll be able to show you what the veggies will look like. And that way you can see, turn it up a little bit so you can see it. So, yeah. All right, so it's actually been about 15 minutes. I went ahead and paused the video. I am cooking on a hot plate so that I could be able to view all this, so you can see this. But I'm sure you can see inside the pot. It looks like everything's getting pretty tender. So right now, let me go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna actually add my paprika. Got my smoked paprika here. I've got some garlic. Go ahead and add, oh, you hear that sizzling? Oh my gosh. And the smell, now that I've added the paprika and the garlic, smell is divine. It's amazing. It smells so good. So now that I got this all incorporated, I'm gonna add some black pepper. There we go. Got the black pepper going. And this needs to cook for about 1 minute. And then I'm gonna add my chicken stock. Get this all stirred up. I'm make sure, as you can tell, I'm getting all the pepper, the paprika, the garlic. And oh my gosh, if only you could smell it, it smells amazing. So, got this all stirred up. It's been almost a minute. I think it's been plenty of time. I'm telling you what, this little hot plate is actually working great. I was kind of nervous because I didn't want to set up a camera near my stove. So, Alexa, stop. My timer going off. I'd set it for another 10 minutes because everything wasn't ready in 10. So, there we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just whisk this up a little bit. And what I did, just so you know, I have a teapot I got on Amazon that I use to heat up my water, and that has been a lifesaver to heating up broth. I'll just put a cup of water from that little tea kettle in my, I'll pour the hot water into my coffee mug, and then I'll turn around and add some bouillon, that Better Than Bouillon seasoning, and oh my goodness. So I'm gonna add all this. It'll deglaze my pan here as well. Get this all incorporated. So once I get this all stirred up, see a little broth in here. It's actually been sitting for a little bit. Anybody that's used Better Than Bouillon knows how that goes. So now I've got this going. I'm gonna get it to a boil. First I'm gonna scrape these pans here. As you can see, I mean, it's a little bit starting to boil, but I'm gonna let this go to a boil. Let me go ahead, put my lid on here. Got it right here. And then we'll be back in 20. All right, welcome back. It's been 20 minutes. Let's see how it looks. Oh, The smell is amazing. Let me set my lid down because I'm not thinking we're gonna be needing it anymore. Don't want to break my lid. So let's give it a stir here. Oh yeah, looks amazing. So now what we're gonna do, you can use your Vitamix, NutriBullet, whatever it is you use. I have a Ninja. I love my little Ninja. I'll place a link down there for it as well. Let me lock it here in place. And I'm gonna go ahead and lift this off. What I'm gonna do is get all the veggies out. So we wanna remove the veggies because we're going to puree them. So what I'm doing is just kind of straining them out. And I'm gonna put all my veggies into my blender. Again, this is all about the puree. We're making a pumpkin soup. And pumpkin soup doesn't have chunks in it, so we don't want chunks. I look forward to trying this. I can tell you, while it was cooking, because it does smell so good. My husband and I did take a little sip of this broth, and OMG, it was so good. I've almost got all the veggies out. And I'm sure what I don't get out, guess I better turn my heat down on my little hot plate here. As you can see, it's still bubbling pretty good. I've been so impressed with this little hot plate. And let's see here. All right, so it looks like I've got the majority of the veggies out. I see maybe, yeah, I think I kind of got them all, which is really good, which is my intent. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to puree this and add it back to the juice. Yeah, I got it all. So I'm gonna puree, add back, put this on, and if you have a Ninja, you know you gotta line up those lines there. Put my little lid on. Yes, I know it's hot and it needs to vent, which is the great thing about this Ninja. So I'm just gonna kind of pulse it a little bit to start out with. Let all the heat out. That way. So I'm gonna get me a clean towel and just put that clean towel over it and get it all blended up. That way we can get everything added back and not waste any time here. All right, Ninja always fast. I love my Ninja. All right, so let's turn the power off. Remove the lid from here. Don't want to waste any of this goodness that's on the top of the lid. Adding it back. We're going to get this added in here. Oh yeah, and as you can see, it really pureed nicely. Let me get it in there so it doesn't splash all over me. Oh, yummy. Doesn't that look good? It already, you know, it already looks like pumpkin, and I haven't even added the pumpkin yet. So let's give this a good stir. I'll plug my little ninja there. So we're gonna give this a stir. Oh, and it blended up perfectly. So now we're going to add pumpkin. Let's get this all added. This was 1 can, as I showed you earlier, Libby's pumpkin puree, 15-ounce can. I got the organic. They had it on sale at Costco, so went ahead and got it. Get this all stirred up here. All right, so now I almost got it all stirred up, and we're going to add in, as you can see, it's a little thicker now. We're gonna add in some more chicken broth. As I said earlier, we got that chicken broth all done up when we were, whoop, I almost spilt the parsley. So now, I'll whisk this up a little bit. Gonna add in the remainder of the broth. All right, so got the lemon, or all of that. Let's get that stirred up. And now, once it's all stirred up, we're gonna let this simmer for 10 minutes. And then I'll come back and we'll add the rest of the remainder of the ingredients, and it'll all be done. See you back in 10 minutes. All right, so 10 minutes is up. Welcome back. So, it's all stirred up, it's heated. Now, let's add our remaining ingredients. So the remaining ingredients off of what was recommended for this recipe is gonna be lemon juice. Actually, I did not cheat on the lemon juice, believe it or not. I know I cheat on garlic and stuff like some things like that, but I actually, my husband, and getting all this together, we actually squeezed the lemon. So we get this added. I want to add, whatever you do, because I have taste tested this, I look forward to taste testing it here in just a few moments. Do not add salt. The bouillon, anybody that's ate better than bouillon knows it's already a little bit salty. I don't eat a lot of salt anyway, but it's plenty salty. You do you, but I would not recommend. Next comes the Lisa touches. So, things that I wanted to add and make this recipe my own. First thing, I have a 1/2 cup of water here. And I blended up some Isopure. Anybody that has and I got this off Amazon, it's this right here. Some people don't like it, some do. I actually just blended it with water because I've heard if you add it to hot, it clumps up. So everybody says, oh, make sure that you blend it with water. I am doing that, and I've done that. So now I'm gonna add that. I want a little bit more protein. So I've just added 1 scoop. And as you can see on here, no carbs, 1 scoop. Let's see. 1 serving's 100 calories, no carbs, 25 grams of protein. And that's just added a lot of protein to my soup. That has been a little bit of a struggle for me, but getting all my protein intake in. But it works for me. Next, another Lisa's touch. I'm adding some cinnamon. You gotta have a little cinnamon with pumpkin. So, let's get this all stirred up here. Got it all incorporated. Get that cinnamon all stirred up here. As you can see, the Isopure, because I mixed it with water first, did not have any issues. Now I'm getting all this. You can hear it. If only you could smell through the TV or through your phone, because it smells so good. All right, let's get this all stirred up before I plate us up a bowl, because I cannot wait to try this. So earlier I'm making two recipes today that I'm sharing with you, and they'll all be in the same video. But I made the black beans. I did try that. That was the very first kind of food per se that I had placed in my mouth in 3 weeks. But now let's plate this up. Last time I just showed you the beans. Let's turn this off. I've got me a spoon here. Got my little ladle. I'm gonna, as you can see, by adding the Isopure, it honestly, to me, it kind of helped it out, made it a little bit more soupy. Of course, it's gonna thicken up a little bit as it stands. So I'm gonna, just to show you what it looks like, I'm gonna pour this into my little IKEA bowl. Anybody that goes to IKEA has probably seen these little bitty bowls. To me, I'm like, wow, those are gonna come in handy, especially now that I've had VSG. I also have here a little dollop of Kirkland Greek yogurt. So I'm gonna put that on top, just for a little bit of protein on there. I'm no chef by any means, but let's take this and just kind of make that, just kind of give it a little whirl there. And then sprinkle a little bit of parsley on there. And there you go. Lisa's pumpkin soup. Let's give it a try. You can't see me, but certainly you'll be able to hear me, I'm sure. Oh my goodness. Please let me know in the comments if you've tried it, what you added to make it your own. This one is highly recommended. I really, really liked my beans, but this pumpkin is perfect, especially November, December, this time of year. It's getting cold out. Not as cold here in Texas, but we still like our soups too. Give this one a try. Let me know in the comments if you tried it. Let me know if you liked it. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.